What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Counting Wisdom YouTube channel and podcast. You can find more podcasts by scrolling down on this YouTube channel, or you can actually go to the website in the description, and it will go to my whole YouTube. It's through Spreaker, 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 and they host my podcast. But today I wanted to talk about change. How do we get change in the world? And I think the short answer is through Jesus. I think he's the only way to really bring real change. Today I'm outside, doing a little bit of new scenery. I've done videos outside before, sometimes in the summer. Now it's kind of getting into winter. It's kind of like winter, spring-ish. We're almost to spring, but we're still kind of in winter. But anyway, how do we get change in the world? Well, I think one of the biggest problems in the world right now is our own individual sin, is our own individual problems. I think that a lot of times we try to solve these big problems in the world, like, climate change or, just different problems that are happening. And, those are big problems that we have to change. But I think the real problem comes with our individual selves. If we aren't in the right place individually, if we aren't in the right place spiritually, but individually, then we're not really doing right by our Creator. And one point is that, whether you like God or not, he's here. And I think some people try to ignore God and push God out, but God is not going to just, stand by the wayside. But also, because of sin, we don't see clearly sometimes as people, and even sometimes, I myself, I don't always see clearly that God is someone that we should know. We should know God, and he's someone that is amazing, and he's reliable, and different things like that. And so, what about you? Do you feel like you could change the world? Or, I think I like how people say that change happens, by us and individually, with one step at a time, one person at a time. And I think that's so true. And so what can you do today? I think one helpful thing is, not pointing the finger at people. I think that if we are really trying to change the world, I think one thing that I feel like I was doing a lot is not focused on myself, but focused on others. And I think, we do ourselves a disservice if we are not focused on ourselves, in the fact that we're trying to work on ourselves in order to be the best person for other people. I think that if we are, trying to free ourselves, not by us, but through Jesus, if we're trying to work, pray and be right with God, I think that will bring change to our world, and God will see that. But I think reality says that there are people who want the world to change, and there are people who don't. And that's just the fact. I think the fact that the Bible tells us is that we're not going to change everybody. God has to step in and put it into this the way that the world is going. And it's unfortunate for some, but it's just what has to happen. So it would be good to hear your thoughts, but I just wanted to do a quick invitation to my podcast, to my YouTube channel. If you want to hear more topics, you can definitely check out my YouTube channel and my website, WASHYE.com. That's washy.com, WASHYE.com. And you can get more Bible-based content, different discussion topics. It's more of a blog, so I don't necessarily count it as necessarily valid, like authoritative teaching or anything like that. I do talk about topics, and I talk about different how-tos, how to free yourself from alcohol addiction or problem solve, but it's more really just a blog. It's also a store if you want to buy Christian content, with it's Christian based products. You can check out the shop page as well, and you can shop different products that are Christian based. I have clothing on there, and then I have a home store through Etsy, and you can shop home based products that you can put on your wall, and you can have home decor and different things like that. So this is just a short intro, but what are your thoughts? How do you feel like you can bring change to the world? And I think it's so great that God has invited us to bring change to ourselves and to the world with him. And I think we have to get on board with that. I think we have to be meek, and being meek means going with the flow of what God wants us to do. The opposite of being meek is having your own way. And I think that's a little bit more difficult. And so sometimes I have to let go of kind of some of the things I put in my request, of course, of what I want to do. I put in my request, but I think I'm one of my requests is to, have God change me and me get on board with God and get on board with what he wants to do. So anyway, check out more content, and thank you so much. I will talk to you on the next podcast. See ya.